Hi, parents, and welcome back to From the Teacher's Desk practical advice for parents of neurodiverse kids. Before we talk about meltdowns, routines, and diagnosis conversations, let's take a step back and answer an important but simple question. What is neurodiversity? If you've heard of the word but aren't 100% sure what it means, you're not the only one. Let's break it down and look at all the parts. The term neurodiversity was first used in the late 1990s by sociologist Judy Singer. It's the idea that people experience and interact with the world in many different ways, and that there is a natural variation in brain wiring that is both normal and valuable. It's a bit like biodiversity in nature, where different plants and animals make an environment thrive. Now, let's look at the main types of neurodiversity. I'm going to be sharing a lot of information, so grab your notebook and let's get started. Neurodiversity is like an umbrella term that can include some of the following. We're not going to mention everything, but here are the main ones. Number one, ADHD. ADHD presents as differences in attention, focus, and energy regulation. So these kids either have too much or too little energy, and they struggle with impulse control. These are the kids who struggle to wait in line and also tend to interrupt conversations. Number two, dyslexia. These children have differences and challenges in reading, spelling, and processing and understanding written language. Number three, autism. Children with autism have differences in communication, social interaction. It may be hard for them to have a face to face conversation with somebody, and sensory processing. For example, they may have a heightened or decreased sensitivity to sound, light, smell, texture, or taste. Number four, dyspraxia or developmental coordination disorder. This shows us differences in motor skills and coordination. For example, these kids are those who trip easily and who struggle to catch a ball. Number five, dyscalculia. It's all about numbers. These children have differences in understanding and working with numbers, and these are the kids that might struggle to tell time on a clock. Number six, dysgraphia, all about writing. This is a difference in the ability to write and form letters and numbers, and also difficulties in handwriting. These are the kids that reverse or write their letters and numbers backwards. These children find it much easier to talk and explain rather than writing it down. There can also be an overlap. It's not one or the other. For example, a child can have both ADHD and dyslexia at the same time. Every child is unique, but here are some common patterns that parents might notice. One, communication differences. This could be children that start speaking late or have delayed speech, or they might have unique use of language. For example, those who use sounds or gestures instead of saying a word, or they might say the word backwards, or they might have very advanced vocabulary in certain areas. For example, those children who know the name of every tiny part of an airplane and how all the parts work together, but they may not be able to describe the weather today. Number two, learning differences. They might struggle with reading or math despite making a great effort, or they may excel in one subject and lag behind in another. The third one is attention and focus. These children could either be distracted or hyper focused on a topic for hours and hours. The fourth one is motor skills. These children could be clumsy or have difficulty with handwriting or trouble with sports. And the fifth is sensory needs. These children may avoid loud noises. They might seek deep pressure or be picky eaters due to the texture of the food. And lastly, they may have social differences. They may prefer alone time, they may struggle with group work, or they may miss the meaning of social cues or hand gestures, such as looks of anger, disappointment, or frustration. One important note: these differences are not problems that need to be fixed. They are a part of who your child is, and we need to find a way to support them. Now that we have gone through some of the challenges, let's also look at the incredible strengths that neurodiverse kids can have. They have intense focus on topics that they love. They're creative problem solvers with a unique perspectives that many others don't see. They're persistent when motivated, and we need to celebrate their honesty and authenticity. When we understand neurodiversity, we can support both our children's strengths as well as their challenges. Now, why is it important to understand all of this, you may be thinking? Because learning about neurodiversity can help you see your child's struggles in context and not as laziness or defiance. It can help you advocate for the correct support at school. It can help you build their self awareness as well as their self esteem, and it can create a home environment where they feel accepted and understood. When we understand how their brains work, we can stop trying to force them into a small box and start building a world that fits them. That's your quick introduction to neurodiversity. If you think your child might be neurodiverse, learning more is the first step. If this episode helped you, please subscribe and share it with a parent who might be hearing the word neurodiversity for the first time. You've got this, and see you next time from the teacher's desk.